Of the first reading, we heard that when Herod had killed James with the sword, it is put explicitly when Herod had killed. In the history of humankind, there were people who were not afraid of killing. Herod was not his first time. He once killed kids, children, boys, 2 years and below, searching for Christ. He was a man who had a furious spirituality, a spirituality of killing to remain in power. That was the man he was. Now the question is, why did he decide to kill good men? In the first epoch when he killed Jesus, because he heard that a king has been born. A king was still in his a week old, and the guy was shivering because of a king who is born. Even if you had to imagine, that guy, when he was going to become a legit king, himself was going to be dead already because of the age difference, but still because of preserving power. Now here he is killing people who are not even a threat to his power, but people are doing good deeds. Because, these guys were preaching Christ. They were not advertising themselves to be kings like him, but still he goes on to kill them. Why? They were noble men who could speak against these evil deeds. Like especially John the Baptist, he was killed by Herod because he told him the truth. He had taken the brother's wife. So he told him that, you have to resolve what you've done, and he died for that. What inspires me is the Christians of the early ages. In as much as they were knowing that the others have been killed, they still continued. There's a certain spirit, a certain originality in their way of following Christ. They were watching others dying and still following Christ. Look even at St. Charles Long and companions. The people like Ivali Dembe and so forth, they were bent maybe at 9. And Charles Long knew that at 3 I'm going to die, and still he continued confessing Christ. Who can do that in our today Christianity, today's life of Christian life? No one can do that. Only the first Christians. We experience Christ at heart. We are Christians, yes, we are Christians. We believe in God. Eh? We have faith in God. But the faith to that extent of dying for Christ, few of us. We love the church, we love Christ, but we don't love him to that extent. There's apostles of dying for him. Knowing that, there's a difference between an accident. These guys were not dying because of accidental death. They were dying knowing that I'm going to die and still confess Christ. Check how Stephen died. And the narrator would say the last stone hit his head. And Stephen still shouted, looking at the heavens. Who can do that now? Dying for the Christ, for the Lord. Actually, ourselves, we can even persecute each other for the Lord. Check the way he sings. Is it Jesus Christ is his cousin? Check the way he loves the church. That some of us were persecuted because of the way how we love the church. People go around gossiping you because of the talent we have to sing for the Lord. Even the way how we persecute, even how we think about each other in church sometimes. There is an unforeseen persecution that is happening among us. An unintended persecution because of how we allow the devil to penetrate among us. But I'm inspired by the faith which was in these guys, St. Peter and Paul. Very strong faith. Father said we should be inspired by such men who saw the seed of faith. And I think he used a very beautiful word. Just allow that seed to germinate in us. We should allow it. God is ready to use all of us. But it is in us to allow God to use us. In the gospel reading of today, when Jesus reached a place called Caesarea Philippi, he made an inspection on the disciples. He asked them a question, whom do people say that I am? Then they gave the answers. Some say that you're John the Baptist, some say that you're one of the prophets. If you look at the names that they were giving, it points out to the works that Jesus were doing. And it points out to the idea perspective of whom people thought that Jesus was. Even if they made a mistake, even if people were making a mistake, at least the mistake was a holy one. It was a holy mistake. Some say you are John the Baptist. Some say you are one of the prophets. If that is a mistake, but it's a good mistake. Did you consider that? You know, it's good that people make a mistake about you, but the mistake should be a holy mistake. There are some evil mistakes where they say someone has been found doing something, then they think of you, a bad thing, then the first name that comes to the mind is yours. That is a very evil mistake. If bad thing happens, then the person will be thought it's you. Because you are aligned to such acts. To be aligned with evil mistakes is not a good thing as a Christian. They are making the names are wrong, but in their wrongness, they are good names. That is the first thing that we should not. John the Baptist, a good man who died for faith. Some of the prophets, followers of God. Then he goes on to ask them now. You know, I was just reflecting, if only I go around also ask people, whom do people say that I am? The answers I will receive from my own people. You wonder if are we together? The answer that you receive. You know, if you ask people, whom do people say that I am? And you, whom do you say? Do you know that your friends have got names for you that you don't know? In their own ideas, in their own minds. That they say when you are not there, then they say, that one, you don't know him. You don't know him, that one. When you are there, my friend. People have names for us that we don't know when we are far away. They sugarcoat when we are together. Then Peter goes on to reveal, and I like how Jesus approaches Peter. You know, he tones him down to say, it is not flesh, but spirit that reveals this to you. So that Peter will be toned down to say, you will not go around saying, you see, I am the only one who knows Christ. Did you know that is, you know, we have this human tendency. When we know something, we have to prove a point. How do we handle the information sometimes? You know that when you discover something on the internet that you know that people don't know, you have to use it against them. Do you know that Seychelles is the richest country in Africa? You see, you don't know. To make sure that you become better than them because of that one sentence you know about the richest countries. That's how we handle information. So Jesus knows how human beings are. He tones down Peter to say, Peter, cool down. You have said the real truth, but it is God who revealed it to you. He was doing it because he knew that after when he resurrected, Peter will always remind them, say, hey, remember I'm the one who said that the Lord did. So in a way, Jesus, I like the way Jesus does things. He knows human beings, how they operate. Peter was given the keys in today's reading. If you follow the gospel, in a few weeks' time, if you follow the gospel, in a few chapters after, the same Peter will be told, get behind me, Satan. Why? He is a mere human being, Peter. So he should be toned down from time to time. So we should also allow the Lord to tone us down. You know, there are times when you feel like the Lord is blessing you more than everyone else. You feel like you are too close to the Lord than Christ himself. There are times when you feel like the Lord is in your pocket. There are times when you feel like, you know, even the statuses say it all. Glory upon glory. Hey, what upon me? Are you the only one? There are times when you feel like the Lord, is from your village. There are those times. There are times when you feel like the Lord doesn't exist. There are times when you feel like, does God still exist? But there are times when you feel that the Lord is too close to me. The Lord is really working. Those are the times to tone yourself down. Because the devil uses pride most of the time. When you are close to the Lord, the devil uses pride. The devil doesn't tell you he's close to the Lord now. No. Even Job himself, the devil had a discussion with God. Do you know that? Job chapter 1. The devil had a discussion. Actually, Satan, not the devil, Satan, because he was in his office. You know, the devil, when he's in his office, is called Satan. When he's working now, it's called, he works in demons. Satan is the office. He discussed with the Lord. And the Lord said to the devil, did you see my son Job? The devil said, I saw him, but you have put a fence. And the devil discussing with the Lord about a holy man. So let us therefore do our best, like the first apostles, and let God do the rest.